Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Bell XR Spherical cycling helmet. Traditionally, cycling helmets fall into a few categories, with the primary ones being road, gravel, and urban, with each helmet variation optimized for the specific discipline. The Bell XR is designed to break traditional categories and serve as a do-it-all helmet for all cyclists. You can see packaging-wise, very simple. You have this nice shadowing, the black and gloss graphics on it, and then the Live Wide Open motto right on top. You can see we have the pink variation of the helmet here in the medium size. So we'll go ahead and take it out of the box and go over the specs. Retail price on this is $225. So it's a higher end Bell helmet, and it has their spherical technology, which is really cool. It's a ball in socket design, and it's essentially two helmets in one. So the whole inner portion can rotate. It has a Fidlock magnetic buckle, which is really impressive to see, especially on a higher end helmet. You also have the float fit retention system, which consists of the rear dial, nice cutout, and fully adjustable fit. You have Ionic Plus padding, which is their antibacterial premium padding on the inside. And you can see nice and plush and easily removable with just Velcro. You even have their sweat system, so you can see how the padding goes forward and that directs the sweat down and right through the center of your sunglasses instead of blocking your vision. You also have a rear reflective graphic on here, which is this little mustache looking black sticker. In terms of what comes with the helmet, as you get the helmet, a couple tags for the Fidlock and MIPS. Inside the box, you also get a little safety pamphlet and the trap door with a little Bell sticker. There is no bag here, which is a little bit odd to see. Typically higher end helmets have a storage bag, which is always nice to keep the helmet clean during transportation or just storage. Now let's take a look at the weight of the helmet. We have the medium version here for the North American market. That comes in at 282, which is actually impressive because it has the magnetic buckle as well as the all-road design. Bell describes the XR Spherical as a deep road style helmet. And what that means is it combines that sleek styling of a road cycling helmet with a deeper fit that's more appropriate for gravel riding or urban riding, so you have more protection on the sides and rear. Bell offers this helmet in 7 different color schemes. You have your standard white and black, as well as 4 different graphical options. There's green, blue, red, as well as the pink variation we have here. It goes from a burgundy on the front, has pink on the inside, and a glossy finish. So it really looks good, a nice contrasting design, and it's great to see more graphical options instead of just standard solid color schemes. The color scheme itself looks really cool too. It almost reminds me of something you'd see from POC, which usually uses non-standard palettes. The nice features here, you also get the Bell logos and graphics in complementary colors, so they're actually tuned for each color scheme, and they're pretty subtle as well. What's really cool about this helmet though is it combines a lot of elements from road cycling and urban all into one. So you get that swoopy design of a road cycling helmet. You get the large vents, and because it's designed for gravel riding too, the vents are smaller, so debris and other things won't fall in here. Instead, you have a lot of them, but just longer and thinner. And you can see because of the spherical design, you actually have 2 layers. So you have a vent here and then a vent on the inside. So the structural elements overlap and provide you a little more impact protection so rocks and debris won't go through the helmet. Pretty sleek on the front with the U shape. And then the top profile is also really nice. You have the inverted U and then tons of vents. The rear of the helmet, you have the exhaust vents and then side vents as well. And you can see just how much the helmet can move within each other. And this is the spherical design, which is a really cool feature. So instead of just having a MIPS liner on the inside, the whole inner shell of the helmet actually moves. So it's a helmet within a helmet, and it combines EPS with EPP to really maximize your safety and reduce the weight of the helmet. Again, the helmet's sub 300 despite all the tech. You also have their Ionic Plus padding on the inside. So if you take a look, it's a nice Velcro design. This is what they call their sweat system, so a sweat guide. And what this is a little tab here that helps really direct the sweat down the front and through the center of your sunglasses instead of blocking your vision. You have nice padding all the way through, and this almost reminds me of the Lazer kinetic cord with the little crumple zones cut directly into the foam. What's cool about this is you also get the Fidlock magnetic buckle. This is typically what you see in urban helmets and adds a little bit of weight, but it makes it a lot easier. You just get them close. So one-handed, you can take it on and put it off. Nice thin straps with the guides that really help it prevent from getting twisted. And then their float fit system on the rear. So standard little dial, very thin, and you can see it wraps all the way through as you would expect with higher end helmets. Now let's take a look at the XR helmet on the road. As you can see here, we have it paired with an Isidore cycling kit. And even though the helmet is called pink, it's more of a burgundy, so it matches well with the burgundy jersey. So something to compare well with a lot of cycling kits or bike schemes. You can see the helmet itself blends a lot of nice styling elements from road cycling and gravel. Has that sleek, lightweight look with a swoopy design. Yet it has more protection, so you can see it's a deeper fit than a standard road helmet, which would sit higher up on your head. Provides a nice protection on the rear, but it's less tapered on the rear as well. And you can see a little bit more of a mushroom shape. It's a little bit wider than traditional aero helmets. The rear also is very nice and comfortable, a lot of airflow through it, and you can see the spherical design. It's a really cool feature, so a lot of flexibility, so you can see how much it can just move around. Here's a little bit of riding footage, and again, it's a good looking helmet. You can easily wear it commuting, road cycling, or on the gravel. It is missing some of those features such as a visor or integrated lights, but it's a good kind of do-it-all helmet, and at sub 300 grams with a Fidlock magnetic buckle, it's a pretty good deal and quite comfortable. Now let's compare the XR Spherical with other helmets. Now theoretically, this XR Spherical actually replaces your road cycling helmet, your urban helmet, and then your gravel or mountain biking helmet. So if you can compare the road helmet, we have the Lazer Vento. This is a kinetic core model. You can see it has an aerodynamic profile. It's a little bit more expensive, but you can see it has a thin, shallow design while the Bell has a little bit more protection on the rear. The Lazer also has their scroll assist system, which is kind of cool. It's a top-mounted adjustment system instead of having a dial on the bottom, so it keeps it really lightweight. And this is what I was mentioning about the kinetic core. So kinetic core are actually these crumple zones built into the helmet, which is almost similar to what we're seeing in the XR, but definitely not as extensive. What's also nice is that this helmet doesn't have the exposed MIPS, so as with the kinetic core, you have nice open air channels on the inside that really help air flow through it. The big difference here with the road helmet and the XR Spherical is just the fact that the Lazer is a little bit thinner, just to have that more shallow look and more aerodynamic. For urban helmets, we have the Bolle Halo React. It's actually priced more than the XR Spherical, and you can see with the urban helmets, much more dome shaped, so more exaggerated rear. You usually have taillights that are included. What's cool about this helmet is that you actually have integrated lights directly in it. So something you don't typically see. It's actually built into the shell, which is really nice. You get a visor, which I was surprised that the XR Spherical doesn't have. That would have been a nice feature to have. So you get a fabric visor to block the sun. The magnetic buckle here as well. So similar to the XR Spherical, but just a little bit bulkier and a little heavier. Here we have the Lazer Jackal, which is our gravel or mountain biking helmet. You can see it has a visor, which is adjustable. So it has 3 positions. You get much more rear extension. So you can see even compared to the Spherical, it extends down further to protect the rear of your head. You also have an optional mount that I'm not showing here, but actually just goes on here for a GoPro. Which would have been nice to see here with the XR, some optional GoPro attachments so you don't have to attach it through vents. Here they have the standard MIPS liner, and you can see it's cut around the vents, but you can see it's definitely just tacked on while the Spherical combines it. So if the question is, does the XR Spherical really replace all of them? It could easily. You don't get all the features, so it would have been nice to see the visor, a fabric bill, integrated lights like you'd see in some of the other helmets, but it definitely does all tasks pretty well, so you don't have to buy multiple helmets. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the XR Spherical helmet. What we like about it is there's a lot of attractive color schemes. Instead of just a solid color scheme, it blends matte and glossy colors with a lot of different tones, so it gives it a unique look. Also, the spherical design It's a very clever feature that eliminates the need for a separate MIPS liner and gives you that helmet within a helmet design. We also like the easy to use Fidlock magnetic buckle. It's something you typically see on commuter helmets, but it's great to see here with such a lightweight helmet. Some of the cons for the XR is the fact that there's no visor option. That would be nice for gravel riding or commuting. And the rear reflective detail just sort of seems like an afterthought. Looks like a little bit of a mustache design. It'd be great to see more reflective detailing in the actual helmet or in the straps on the side. Taking everything into account, we'd give the XR Spherical a 9.3 out of 10. It's a nice full-featured helmet that can do a lot of different duties on the bike. Taking everything into account, we'd give the XR Spherical a 9.3 out of 10. It's a full-featured helmet that can be used for a variety of cycling disciplines. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.